Well, people, so like talking about the Japan shows, like people, some of the best wrestling is at Wrestle Kingdom, right? It's bar none, right? It's always the same
I
every
agree.
year,
Uh-huh.
right?
Yep.
Problem is,
Hmm.
like, unless you know wrestling or watching the match for the match, and you can't get that crowd reaction. Like if Omega and Okada 2 out of 3 falls in Wrestle Kingdom happened in Wembley Stadium, I mean, uh, it would be like France again, right? It'd be like the PLE in France, and
And like it would fill Wembley Stadium, and like people that
yeah,
are WWE fans, there's nothing wrong with that. We're both huge WWE fans, but like people that are just WWE fans have no idea.
yeah,
No
but
idea.
let's just hope that no PLE goes to Japan. Sorry. Um. So yeah,
Japan is not a place for a PLA. London,
no,
that's a different story.
yeah. Look, Berlin. We saw France was amazing.
France would be awesome. I think at this point, after seeing that, I would want to go to. I would want.
Oh, 100%. It was unbelievable.
Yep.
11,000 people screaming and singing. It was phenomenal.
I think I would want to be one of those 11,000 people
Oh,
next to it.
I 100% agree.
All right.
So before getting off of Raw, I'm obviously not going to skip the main event, right? I can't skip the main event.
You
I'm
can't
gonna,
skip that main event.
but I'm gonna,
And I have
but
a
I'm
question for you after
gonna
you say whatever you're going to say.
Yeah. What's the question?
Do you think that they are
No,
going to go in the
probably.
direction of turning Gunther face?
No.
All
Absolutely.
right. All right. All right. I just want just
No.
that's on camera in case it happens.
Yeah. No.
Do you see why I say that?
Yes.
Okay.
But
That's not a crazy take.
Here's the situation, right?
I don't think he should. I don't think they should do that. I think it'd be
I don't think
dumb.
he will. Well, hold on a second. So it's a tricky situation. So let me explain
because
why.
the crowd loves him. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the crowd respects him. The crowd loves
the crowd will react. The crowd will react to him.
The crowd
will
loves
give
Jey,
him a reaction.
The crowd loves Jey Uso. Now, here's an area by which
Jey Uso is the most.
Yeah. But here is an area by which I am starting to no sell him. I know it's a crazy.
No sell Gunther?
No, absolutely not.
No sell Jey Uso.
Let me explain.
No sell. Okay, you're gonna have to. You're gonna have to explain Jey Uso. All right.
Yeah, so let me explain.
Let me give you an interesting fact, real quick. The Bobble Goat has over 600 bobbleheads and not one Jey Uso because there has never been a Jey Uso produced.
Well, I mean, that's nothing to be said there. But but let me tell you why I'm no selling. By the way, I'm not no selling him as a performer.
Okay.
I am no selling. Oh God, how do I explain it? Okay. Good example here. The Buffalo Bills.
The Buffalo Bills. The Bills Mafia.
No, not the Bills Mafia. I'm talking about 1990s Buffalo Bills, right?
The almost winners.
When it was
the Dallas Cowboys. Okay.
No, not the Dallas Cowboys. Right?
Because the Dallas Cowboys can't even get to the NFC Championship.
No, because the Dallas Cowboys were winning in the 90s. And this is where I'm going with this.
All right.
So, okay. 4 straight Super Bowls, right? Lost all 4, right? Okay, and where I'm going with this is how many more times can Jey Uso have a main event match and lose? I want you
as many times as they want him to, because he is the most. He is the most over. Solo Sikoa lost how many in a row?
38. But
then he got to throw Jey Uso out of the bloodline. It makes no sense, man. I mean, like nothing makes sense in wrestling because there are no actual rules.
No, well, let me tell you where this is trending to. I think again, I'm no.
But do I not? Am I not right?
Yeah, but you're talking about house shows into what's on live TV, and what I'm talking.
All right, he also lost on live TV. He didn't win a match since he beat Cena.
Right. That was. But hold on a second. That was a PLE, right? I'm talking about major accomplishments. I'm talking about Jey Uso losing to Roman Reigns. Jey Uso constantly losing to Drew McIntyre. I'm talking about Jey Uso constantly losing to Gunther.
Can I give you a sell that I think's going to happen?
Let me tell you where he's trending to.
Okay. I'll do that, and then I'm giving my sell.
He's trending to, maybe not right now, but he's trending to an LA Knight situation where one is not involved in this right now. So he's trending to a
Always.
situation. No, he's not. So
Always.
the reason why we're not talking about Roman Reigns now.
We're going to.
We're not
We're gonna connect. We're gonna make a connection of Roman Reigns, and I'm gonna give you a sell.
I'm going to give you a connection as well. But
Okay.
how popular was LA Knight?
Oh, he was insane. People were
He's still
saying
popular. He's still popular.
people were literally overselling him, saying
Okay, right.
saying things like which was crazy. He's the next Rock. People were saying
Right.
things like that. Yeah.
Agreed. Right. 100%. So this is where I'm going with this. And then Roman put him down,
Okay.
right? Because he couldn't hang. And now he's kind of pitter-pattering with the US title, potentially in a scenario by which
He's about to be Dolph Ziggler. It sucks, man.
Right. And so I go back to Jey Uso for a second and I say, damn, this guy, he's over. He's over.
They
but
still
he
get
keeps
to put a
losing
singles
the big,
title on him.
He keeps losing the big match, right? Keeps losing the big match. Keeps losing the big match. I think it's to the point where, at least I hope it's to the point where I hope that eventually when Roman comes back, we align Jimmy and Jay, and that's a face bloodline group against obviously this face.
I think we all kind of know that's gonna happen.
Yes, we do. But I think when you look at it like through a lens,
it's not a matter of if it's gonna happen; it's a matter of when it's gonna.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think if we look
and
at
how.
Right. I think,
and I'm gonna give you a take on that. But
okay, but I think if we look at through a lens, and we sit there and go, okay, let's look at his accomplishments as a singles professional wrestler. He's done well. I just don't think that they were ever pulling the trigger on it, on him kind of with a title. I don't know why. I don't get why, but I'm no selling whatever this constant losing in a big match feel is. Now, you said you want to tie that in because after this, I want to go right into the predictions and obviously the card.
We will.
But I want to hear your take because it seems like you have a take on.
I just want to talk about it for like a minute. I really just wanted to talk about it. It ties into Jay because of what a lot of people think that's going to happen. Sure. So let me say a lot. So you said it last week, and a lot of people are thinking it that Roman's going to come back when Jay and Jimmy are getting the crappy out of them, right? That's the natural thing that's going to happen. My take on this is that Roman's going to come back to save Paul Heyman. He's going to come back to save his wise man.
I like, but why can't that be all together?
It can be.
Why?
But Solo knows what's going on. Rikishi even tweeted shit about that. He said Solo knows what's going on. If you follow that, Rikishi, he talks about both sides because it's his sons on both sides of going on of it. And I mean, like, you're right. Now my head's really rolling. We could do a whole episode about this, because we could do a whole episode talking about how the bloodline can come back. Like we said last week, we could do a whole episode talking about the guy who is Roman Reigns. But I just really think he's gonna come save his wise man. One of the last things he did before he lost was give a awesome introduction for the wise man. He really did a good job with that.
No, I agree. I'm envisioning a situation where you have Jimmy laid out, Jay laid out, and the wise man in the ring kind of like, you know what I mean? And then boom, Roman's music hits, but he saves everybody. Big embrace, big explosion. I'd love to see that form of thing happen at SummerSlam, however that might happen. I agree. Listen, and here's
can you imagine that pop? Oh my God.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a great
and
pop.
Do you remember the last time Roman was faced? It's gonna be the exact opposite. The exact opposite.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you why. And it's not all having to do with that, but I sat in the crowd when this whole thing started.
Me too. I posted a video of it last week in our pilot, quote unquote pilot episode.
Well, meat and potatoes, right? If you like your meat, you like the side of potatoes.
Yeah, I
Uh,
mean, if you like what you see, go watch that episode.
you
It's,
know,
it's just
but
it's just more content of us. Like,
right, but here's the thing: is one of the things that, and I know that you're going to have a take on this later on. I guarantee it. But I feel that, well, again, being there, right? I was at the Wells Fargo Center the night after WrestleMania,
yep,
and
so was I. It was
you know,
something.
and how did, but answer me this, and it's a very simple answer.
I'll give you my honest answer.
Who helped start the thank you Roman chants?
Cody.
Okay, let's move on. So now let's talk about.
I told you I'd be honest. I told you I'd be honest.
Realize we're gonna go back to it, but let's just move on.
I know I'm gonna pay for saying that.
Of course. So okay, so let's talk about.
Don't forget, I edit this thing, so
yeah, that doesn't matter. So let's talk about King of the Ring, right? So one of the good things, so the difference between obviously a King of the Ring pay-per-view or PLE and a AEW pay-per-view is, and there's nothing wrong with it. By the way, I've seen every AEW pay-per-view that has existed.
yes, you have. You've been in AEW.
I've been
since the start. You went
Inception.
to some of the you went to like what'd you go to the two of the first three shows?
Oh yeah. I've been at,
And
like,
I went to that. I went
up,
me and Scott, me and my father-in-law went to the third show with you.
yeah, up and down the East Coast. Me and my boys used to travel. If it was in Boston, DC, Philly, New Jersey, we were there.
Yep.
We happened to catch events down in South Carolina. Like we were up and down and left and right? Because it was the hot. AEW was hot, man. Like AEW was so hot. And let me
Now
tell you,
I will say something that I'm gonna pay for
let me tell
again.
you why AEW was, and I use the word was, so hot.
Can I just give one word why I think it was?
Give it to me.
Cody.
No, that's the most ridiculous take I've ever heard in my life. Now,
All right.
well, no. Okay, are you talking about backstage wise? And
Yeah.
It's possible.
Yeah. I'm talking about
thought you
Cody
meant, like,
running. I'm talking about him running the company.
oh yeah, I agree. I think that there's definitely something to
I'm talking about him as a wrestling owner slash
as a
promoter.
business manager, right?
As
Okay.
a wrestling promoter.
Yeah. I think there's definitely part of it, right? I think the other part of it. Let me preface it by saying this: the WWE that was before the past 24 months was
Before the Triple H era,
yeah,
before the man that created the
no,
WWE didn't own the WWE anymore. Okay.
Because no, I
The
use
Paul Levesque era.
no. I use the past 24 months as a kind of a coding because Vince was still up and out. You know what I mean?